at DBCB Exotics, we own a lot of reptiles. Somewhere around the bar park of 100 to 150, that number going up each week as we hatch more baby reptiles out. Now, while most of the time on this channel you guys are mostly seeing our gecko products and large lizards, there are definitely a bunch of reptiles that really don't get the spotlight. Reptiles that I've either shown off maybe once or twice, and then some that I don't think I've ever shown you guys at all. I wanted to take today and show you guys just that, the top 5 reptiles that I never show off on this channel. These are going to be some amazing animals that definitely deserve to be talked about, at least in one more video. And as always folks, I'm Dakota. This is a cat, and you're watching animals I'd never show off to anybody. Ever. Stick around. First up on this list is going to be an animal I absolutely adore. We got him about 6 months ago. He's been doing absolutely fantastic, and I just can't wait for him to grow up into a big, giant reptile. And that reptile is going to be number 5, Wilson the sulcata tortoise. Here he is in all of his glory. Wilson the sulcata tortoise, people. I absolutely love this guy. Now, we got Wilson back around Christmas time. It was one of Renee's presents. And now, while like with most baby tortoise, it was a bit touch and go getting him to eat. He was really not wanting the food. It was a little bit difficult getting him to eat. We finally have him on a nice track where he's eating like a pig. You cost me a lot of money to feed there, little buddy. He's finally eating and growing, can still fit in the palm of my hand, but it's definitely not what it used to. I mean, it used to be about half the size. This guy is growing absolutely fantastic and is doing amazing. While Wilson still is in his baby tub that we got when we first got him, he's definitely starting to outgrow this. He's getting a little bit too big to turn around. We want to give him a little bit more space to move, which is why we're actually partnering with a company very soon to give him a much bigger enclosure that he is definitely going to enjoy a lot more. He's coming out of his shell, and it freaked me out for a second. Now just look at that face right there. How could you not love a baby tortoise? Animal one day will grow up to be over 200 pounds. This reptile I want to show off today is going to be one that I showed in one video months and months ago and then have never shown them again. And that animal is going to be number 4, our Chinese cave geckos. Back in 2021, I was doing absolutely amazing with cave geckos. We had our OG pair going strong with a couple of Chinese cave gecko babies, and we're doing absolutely fantastic, and it definitely was a species that I absolutely adored. Now, however, unfortunately, we do not work with the original pair that we did back in 2021. I still decided to hold back the 3 babies that we got back in the fall of 2021. These guys are doing absolutely fantastic. At this point, separating their own individual enclosures, they are doing amazing. And then, of course, thanks to Richie over at the Gecko King, he really spoiled me over here in getting one of his tangerine lines of his Chinese cave geckos, and that is going to be the one that is going to have, well, as the name suggests, a lot more of an orangey tangerine color on the bands versus that classic yellow that you usually see with the cave geckos. 3 geckos we have right now are supposedly probable females. It's not 100% sure. It was pretty much an educated guess when they were that young when they were sold to me. And as they get a little bit older towards that 2023 to 2024 area, we will find out if they are females or if they are males. I can really hope that they are females, and then I'll just have to source out a male for them, because a 1.3 group of Chinese cave geckos would be absolutely fantastic. Now, before we get into the 3rd animal on this list, a quick shout out to our sponsor today, and that's going to be me. It's true, I have merch. So look at this. This is a pretty old design, actually. I don't think we work with this anymore. However, we do have a bunch of amazing designs like the ones all over here. You guys can check that out right there. There's a little T-Store banner. Check out some of the cool shirts that we have. And while you're down there, also press the like button for me. Thank you. Back to our regularly broadcasted video. All right, now that's out of the way, let's get into it. Number 3, Vivian the red tail boa. And right here, we've got my big girl, Viv. Now, Viv is a red-tailed boa, or for the boa experts that are gonna hash me in the comments, she is a BCI, a boa constrictor and predator. You can tell because the tail just isn't that red. It's actually the 2nd reptile I have ever owned out of my entire collection. She was with me when she could fit in just the palm of my hand, and now she is this big 7-foot snake that loves to move around, explore, and it's getting just a little bit heavy at this point in time. I really love Viv. I think she is an incredibly passionate snake. Woo! I think she's absolutely awesome. I handle her at least once a week just because I enjoy being with her. However, the big issue is just the fact that I'm more of a gecko guy at this point in time with DBCB Exotics. We do mainly geckos and large lizards, so that's kind of what I want the content to be about when the content channel is my business. So there's really no more room for Viv in here. That's why we don't really do videos about reptiles anymore. An amazing snake, absolutely awesome, but just doesn't fit into what we do. Absolutely gotta love Viv. It's a shame I really don't work with snakes, and really with my breeding projects and everything, there's really just not much of a rhyme or reason to talk much about red tail boas, but all the same, I absolutely adore that girl. And down on this list, we only have a few more animals to talk about, and this one is going to be a species that you're definitely going to see more about in the future. It's just been a little bit difficult getting them to be out in order to film them and work with them, but we're working on socialization, some amazing things coming soon, and that is going to be number 2, the Quince Monitors. Quince Monitors, man, one of my favorite species of monitor lizards to own. Now, for some of you guys that are new to the channel, you probably don't know, we were pretty big in the Quince Monitors. We had a group of 4 that we were growing out to put into breeding projects and actually be one of the first ones in America to produce Varanus melinis, the Quince. Not like the very first, but there's only been like a handful of guys and I wanted to be one of them. However, unfortunately, during the winter-geddon, as I like to call it, of 2021, where my heating furnace burnt out and I no longer had workable central heat, we unfortunately had to sell off some projects and sell off some stuff to make sure to keep the lights on over winter to keep DBCB Exotics going. With that of the fact that we are only down to 1 probable pair of quinces. I'm not entirely sure what the sexes are. I'll have to wait to grow them out to full adults, which usually takes somewhere around the 3 to 4 year area before they are big enough to actually get some sort of visual sexing of them. To 2023, when we talk about Project Jungle. Yes, now Project Jungle is a video idea I have for the Quince Monitors. We will be upgrading them into this absolutely massive 5 foot by 5 foot by 6 foot enclosure. We will be having a full water feature with stocked fish in there, a giant 75-gallon aquarium for the size they are. They'll have plenty of room to dive, swim around, branches. We're pretty much gonna try to make this thing a slice out of the jungle. Live plants, jungle theme, LED lights, UVB lights, all the big shebang. Of course, it's gonna take a lot of time, a lot of planning, and a little bit of money, so it's not gonna be something that we're gonna pull off in a week. I wanna make sure we make this as perfect as I can for my Quince Monitors, so even though it's gonna take a little bit more time, one thing is for sure, when that video finally hits, you guys will see an absolute masterpiece of biodiversity for our Quince Monitors. Finally, getting down on this list, the last animal I wanna talk about in the animals I really never show off anymore. Now this is the animal that while you don't see them, you probably hear them in almost every single video, and that stems from the fact that I can't get them to be quiet for more than 50 seconds, and it takes half an hour to film, and it's just squawk, 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 squawk! And that animal is going to be number 1, my various rescue parrots. They are. The gang is all here. On my shoulder that is currently being pooped on, we have Dante, the blue and gold macaw, and then on my finger we have Annabelle, the African gray parrot. Yes, before I get riddled in the comments section, as our great founder and very famous biologist Clint Reptiles once said, birds are in fact reptiles, so it's okay to talk to them about them on this list. Both of these birds come from rescue situations in their own individual ways. Dante was a giant abuse case, Annabelle was a very big neglect case. Maybe one day I'll do a full-length video on the entire cases about them, the training about them, to get them this nice, because Dante did not used to be this nice. He used to be an awful bird, and Annabelle used to be completely naked, and now she's only a little bit naked. But with all that being said, of course, these are the things that squawk non-stop in the videos. Whenever you hear a video of a bird squawking or a bird whistling, the whistling her, the big screams are him. Personally, for me, I would never recommend anybody ever get a bird. Literally ever. It's not a situation where I will ever get rid of my birds. These birds are family to me, and I will never ever leave them. They are pretty much, you have to pry them from my cold dead hands to get them away. However, oh my god, you're so loud. You're so loud. You are both so loud. You're knocking my skull. Why? Why? Or if I were to never have a bird, I would never purchase one in my entire life. It is an awful decision. Never get a bird. I beg each and every one of you, do not put yourself through the hell that I live in right now owning 2. So with that being said, I definitely will get more birds in the future, because while you have 2, what's 4 or 5? Birds are absolutely amazing animals. You know, I wouldn't say no one ever gets a bird, but just be prepared for what you're getting into, man. It's, I own 150 reptiles. These 2 animals take up more of my time and care, and most likely money, than all of the other ones do combined. It is a lot of work, and definitely not for the faint of heart. Also, jeez. Also, let me know if you guys actually want to see bird content. I'm contemplating making a bird-only channel before. How's it going, folks? Editing Dakota here. Now, after taking 2 seconds to actually think about this, because as you guys know, this is an old video, I decided I actually don't have time to do any of this, so you can just mute out all of this right here. So I think that would be cool, or maybe just adding some videos onto YouTube. One amazing thing that we are doing right now is we're currently flight training Dante. Dante has never flown in his life. He doesn't really know how to do it. That's just stems from the fact that he was in a not good home that really didn't take good care of him as a baby to the 6 years old when we finally took him in. So we're teaching him how to fly. We're going to be taking him outside doing flight lessons so he'll be able to go out and be really cool. So I think that would make a really fun video, right? You guys see like a bird fly for the first time? I don't know, that'd be pretty cool. Let me know. Let me know on any of this list. You having a good time? Is that what? Yeah? Yeah, you want to mate with me. You're fucking weird, Annabelle, you know that? Oh, fucking weirdo. Right, I have not trimmed their claws recently, so this hurts a lot on my neck because this is a large and heavy bird. I'm gonna put him up and we'll end the video. Alright, moment of truth. Did he actually poop? Oh, son of a... God damn, it's in that, like, weird spot. It's like half skin, half shirt. God damn it. God, it's dripping on my arm. Oh, there you have it, folks, the top 5 reptiles that I never show up. But now it's your turn. Let me know in the comment section, which one do you guys want to see more of? I could definitely do more cave gecko content, more Quince Monitor content, and of course, folks, Patreon. Patreon.com/dbcbexotics. Now, we have a very exciting thing going on with Patreon right now, and that has to do with stuff that's going on right behind this camera and stuff that is going on in the other room. Very exciting stuff. I'm going to be showing step by step on what I'm doing, how I'm configuring different stuff, and how you can also configure it to make your room better and more accessible if you're actually into the breeding game with reptiles. Place to be starts as low as $1 a month. If you guys want to check that out, you can find that information in the link in the description down below. As always, boys and girls, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to follow us over here at DBCB Exotics. I will see you next time, but until then, goodbye.